It was a dark and quiet night, with the moon casting a soft glow on the road. A man and woman were driving home after a long day at work, feeling exhausted and ready to collapse into bed. As they drove, they couldn't help but notice a strange, eerie glow emanating from a nearby forest. Curious, they decided to investigate. They turned onto a dirt road that led deeper into the forest and soon found themselves surrounded by tall, ancient trees. The air was still, and the only sound they could hear was the distant hoot of an owl. As they continued, they began to feel a sense of unease. The forest seemed to be watching them, and the silence was broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. They started to doubt their decision to venture into this mysterious place, but they were too far in to turn back now. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a small clearing in the forest, where they found an old, weathered book lying on the ground. The book was filled with ancient symbols and cryptic writings, and as they flipped through the pages, they felt a chill run down their spines. Panicking, they tried to leave the clearing, but they found that they were trapped. The trees had formed a circle around them, and they couldn't see any way out. In desperation, they began to read aloud from the book, hoping to find a clue or a way to break the spell. As the words echoed through the clearing, the atmosphere around them seemed to change. The silence was broken by a deafening roar, and they realized they had unknowingly unleashed a curse upon themselves. In a frantic attempt to escape, they tried to retrace their steps and find their way back to the main road. But the forest seemed to have other plans, as they were constantly led in circles, losing precious time and sanity. As the sun began to rise, casting a warm glow over the forest, they finally found their way out. Exhausted and shaken, they collapsed onto their couch, grateful to be home and safe. From that night on, they swore never to speak of their horrifying experience in the forest. But the memory of that night would haunt them for the rest of their lives, a reminder of the terrifying power of nature and the unknown dangers that lurk in the shadows.